Humans have a brilliant mind, and they are not ready to keep their thinking and goals limited to this world. Instead, they are ready to explore the things that are beyond our planet. In fact, we are now ready to all send our children on trips to other planets. If you still think that's not possible, then you need to watch this video, because in it we will be looking at the near future possibility of life on the planet Mars. We'll be looking at the next SpaceX Starship mission that is described as the holy grail of space travel by Elon Musk. What is a SpaceX Starship? Before getting into the other details, let us first explore what this Starship is and what it is capable of. So, a Starship is a super heavy lift rocket designed to transport massive cargo and numerous astronauts into deep space. It is designed to be the tallest and most powerful launch vehicle ever built, standing 120 meters or 390 feet tall and having more than twice the thrust of the Saturn V. It is also the first vehicle capable of total reusability. Variants that are partially and completely expendable may also be created. The super heavy first stage booster and the Starship's second stage vehicle comprise the Starship launch vehicle. Once in orbit, the second stage functions as a self-contained spacecraft capable of carrying crew or cargo. Raptor engines, which burn liquid oxygen and liquid methane propellants in a highly efficient, full low-stage combustion power cycle, power both stages. Both rocket stages are intended for reuse by landing vertically at the launch pad or on a separate platform. Starship is planned to have a payload capacity of 150 tons or 330,000 pounds in low Earth orbit and is designed to be flown multiple times to spread out the cost of the spacecraft. The spacecraft is planned to be refueled in orbit before traveling to destinations that require more change in velocity, such as the Moon and Mars. Proposed applications for the Starship include regular crewed and cargo launches, building the Starlink internet constellation, and performing suborbital point-to-point flights on Earth. Goals and future aims of the Starship. So what are the goals that this ship is supposed to fulfill? Starship is envisioned as a system for trips to the Moon, Mars, and other destinations. The SpaceX founder's ultimate vision is to use a fleet of Starships to send 1 million humans to Mars by 2050. To be clear, Musk does not want to build a tourist attraction, but rather a self-sustaining city. He imagines that with a bit of warming, humans could restore a thick atmosphere and oceans on Mars, making it a more hospitable environment and even able to grow crops there. There's a fundamental juncture in the history of really any civilization on a single planet, which is, do you get to the second planet or not? Musk told the National Academies in 2021, "I propose we do, and I think we should as soon as possible." The spacecraft would be spacious enough for 100 passengers, along with their luggage, plus the materials to build homes, businesses, rocket fuel stations, and iron foundries. The journey getting there would be long, Musk said, but the Starship would have entertainment such as zero-gravity games, movies, lectures, and a restaurant. It can't feel cramped or boring. He said at the International Aeronautical Congress in 2016 in Guadalajara, Mexico, "It'll be really fun to go. You'll have a great time." So are you excited to travel in space? Tell us in comments below. Comparison with NASA's Space Launch System, the 400-foot-tall stainless steel tower looms over NASA's Space Launch System rocket. It would take approximately 5 billboards stacked on top of the ladder to equal Musk's space vehicle. SpaceX claims its rocket has roughly twice the thrust. If we look at the manufacturing details, we can find out that the rocket is constructed of stainless steel, a material Musk favors due to its low cost. This beast is powered by 10 million pounds of liquid methane and oxygen, as opposed to NASA's Mega Moon rocket, which is powered by super-chilled liquid hydrogen and oxygen. The new fuel can be stored at lower temperatures than liquid hydrogen, requiring less insulation and being less prone to leaks, a problem that frequently stymies NASA launches. Is it economical? Now, the common query that arises in our minds is that these missions are worth thousands of billions of dollars. So is it a wise decision to spend so much on these experiments? Well, for this, SpaceX is already a step ahead. SpaceX has steadily reduced the cost of its current fleet of Falcon 9 rockets to less than $30 million per launch by landing and reusing the most expensive part of the rocket multiple times. Despite the fact that Starship will be many times larger and will have a multi-billion-dollar development cost, Musk claims that the next generation rocket will be far less expensive per launch. "I'm highly confident it would be less than $10 million, Musk said. The key to that cost efficiency is the Starship's projected capability and the amount of mass it can carry into orbit with each launch. Paired with SpaceX's goal of fully reusing each rocket and booster in a way Musk compares to the commercial air travel, SpaceX has completed several high-altitude flight tests with Starship prototypes, but the company's next major goal is to reach space. While that milestone was supposed to be reached last year, development has slowed and the orbital flight test is also awaiting regulatory approval. SpaceX requires a license from the Federal Aviation Administration, which is expected to complete a critical environmental assessment in the upcoming month of March. There may be a few bumps along the way, but I am extremely confident that we will reach orbit this year, Musk said. The Starship, like everything else on Earth, faces obstacles and challenges. The development of Starship's second-generation Raptor engines, which is the rocket and its booster, is currently the most difficult technical challenge. Each Starship requires 7 Raptor engines, while each Super Heavy booster requires 33. A crisis in Raptor engine development in 2022 led to the departure of a SpaceX executive. Musk said that Raptor is the problem I'm spending the most time personally working on alongside the development of full self-driving at Tesla. The Raptor 2 engines are almost completely redesigned compared to the first generation, but are significantly simplified and more powerful, according to Musk. Raptor 2 construction also cost about half as much, he claims, and production is ramping up. According to him, the company is close to achieving a Raptor 2 engine production rate of 1 per day. While SpaceX will need to develop Starship's interior and life support systems, with contracts to deliver both NASA astronauts and private passengers to the moon in the next few years, Musk said the company is not focusing a lot on the issue currently. He pointed to SpaceX's experience building life support systems for its Dragon spacecraft, which have flown 18 people safely low to Earth orbit to date. That will be important down the road, but our focus right now is just getting into orbit, Musk said. Is SpaceX an elevator to space? How can we doubt this? The owner, Elon Musk himself, has a reputation for setting out overly ambitious timelines, and this could explain why much of the space sector might not yet be expecting the reality of a functional Starship and everything it would bring with it. A fully functional Starship would so thoroughly render all legacy launch systems obsolete that it may as well be that they had never even existed. Casey Handmer, physicist and founder of the carbon capture startup Terraform Industries, who blogs regularly about advances in space travel, told DW in an email. A Starship could enable a conveyor belt logistical capacity to low Earth orbit. According to Handmer's blog, those who are positioned to capitalize on this significant shift in capacity will prosper, while the rest will fade into obscurity, he predicted. The finance guys will appear to be in agreement. We consider reusable rockets to be an elevator to low Earth orbit. Morgan Stanley equity analyst Adam Jonas wrote in the note, just as more innovation in elevator construction was required before today's skyscrapers could dot the skyline, opportunities in space will mature as access and launch costs fall. How NASA will use SpaceX, moreover, NASA plans to use Starships to land astronauts on the moon's surface on the 2 upcoming missions, Artemis 3 and 4, that are expected to come in 2025 and 2027, respectively. The space agency has awarded a $4 billion contract to SpaceX to develop a human landing system version of Starship. As part of the agreement, the company must first demonstrate an unmanned test flight to the moon. During Artemis 3, a Starship will transport astronauts from NASA's Orion spacecraft to the lunar South Pole and back. However, Starship is expected to dock at the Moon Orbiting Space Station, the yet-to-be-built Gateway, and ferry astronauts back and forth to the Moon in the 4th mission. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson told reporters in December of 2022 that SpaceX appears to be on the schedule with the contract and intends to do an uncrewed moon landing towards the end of this year. That mission would be followed by another landing with astronauts in late 2024. Slips are always possible because it's a brand new system, Nelson said, but they have been quite impressive with what they've done with other systems. In conclusion, the SpaceX Starship is a marvel of modern engineering that has the potential to revolutionize space travel. With its impressive capabilities and ambitious goals, it may one day make it possible for humans to live and work on other planets. Although there are many challenges ahead, the advancements being made by SpaceX and other private space companies demonstrate a strong commitment to exploring the unknown reaches of our universe. As we wait for the first flight of the Starship, it's exciting to imagine the possibilities that lie ahead. Whether it's sending astronauts to Mars, establishing a permanent settlement there, or revolutionizing Earth-to-Earth transportation, the future of space travel looks bright. We can't wait to see what comes next. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on the future of space travel and exploration.